கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே கோபி கோபாலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே முரளி கானலோலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே முரளி கானலோலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே முரளி கானலோலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே ராதா ரமண லோலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே ராதா ரமண லோலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே நந்த கோபாலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே நந்த கோபாலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே நந்த கோபாலா கோவிந்த ஹரே கோபால ஹரே ஹே ராதா ரமண லோலா come to the front. Gopala Hare Gopala. Young people can sit down, na? Can't you?
I can.
She can't. Okay, then she can sit there. Is there?
Sorry?
Remove those things. Keep it there. And to distribute this. So everything is on?
Yes, I'll just connect my charger once again.
அருள் நிறைவான அமுதக்கடலே விரிகதிரால் அந்த இது பாட்டு ஸ்ருதி வேண்டாம்.
Yes.
எனக்கு ஸ்ருதியோட பாட தெரியாது. விரிகதிரால் யாவும் விழுங்கும் அருண கிரி பரமான்மாவே கிளருளப்பூனன்றாய் விரிபருதியாக விளங்கு அருள் நிறைவான அமுதக்கடலே விரிகதிரால் யாவும் விழுங்கும் அருண கிரி பரமான்மாவே கிளருளப்பூனன்றாய் விரிபருதியாக விளங்கு சித்திரமாமிகுதெல்லாம் செம்மலையே நின்பாலே உத்திதமாய் நின்றே ஒடுங்கிடுமால் நித்தியமும் நானென்றிதயம் நடித்திடுவையாலுன் பேர் தானிதயம் என்றிடுவதாம் அகமுகமாரந்த அமலமதி தன்னால் அகமிதுதான் எங்கெழும் என்றாய்ந்தே அகவுருவை நன்கறிந்து முன்னீர் நதி போலும் மோயுமே உன் கண்ணருணாச்சலனே ஓர் வெளிவிடயம் விட்டு விளங்கும் அருள் நேசா வழியடக்க நிற்கும் மனத்தால் உளமதனில் உன்னை தியானித்து யோகி ஒழி காணும் உன்னில் உயர்வுருமீதுன் உன்னிடத்தில் ஒப்புவித்த உள்ளத்தால் எப்பொழுதும் உன்னை கண்டு எல்லாமும் முன்னுருவாய் அந்நியமில் அன்பு செய்யும் அன்னோன் அருணாச்சலாவெல்கும் இன்புருவா முன்னிலாழ்தே அருணகிரி ரமணன் ஆரியத்திற்கண்ட அருமறை அந்த கருத்தேயாகும் அருணா சல பஞ்சகமணியை தன் தமிழ் வெண்பாவால் உலகு கழித்தானு வந்து அரியாதீதர சீவர தகவாரிச குகையில் அறிவாய் ரமி பரமாத்துமன் அருணாச்சல ரமணன் பரிவால் உளம் உருகானல பரனார்ந்திடு குகையார்ந்து அறிவாம் விழித்திரவாய் நிசமறிவாய் அது வெளியாம் அண்ணாமலையாய் அடியேனை ஆண்ட அன்றே ஆவியுடல் கொண்டாய் எனக்கோர் குறையுண்டோ குறையும் குணமும் நீ அல்லால் என்னேனிவற்றை என்னுயிரே எண்ணம் எதுவோ அது செய்வாய் கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினையிற் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினையிற் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே ஓமதி மதுர சாபஹஸ்தாம் அபரிமிதாம் மோதபான சௌபாக்யாம் அருணாம் அதிசய கருணாம் அபிநவ குலசுந்தரீம் வந்தே ஓம் ஐம் ப்ரீம் ஸ்ரீம் ஸ்ரீ அருணாச்சலம். First let me see my phone is switched off or put inside. Okay. Arunachalam. So yesterday we have seen the first 3 verses of Upadesa Saram. The Upadesha given by Lord Shiva to those rishis who are performing the rituals in the Tarkavana. So actually, Mruganath Swami, the disciple of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi, requested Bhagavan to give out those Upadesha. Because Mruganath Swami considered Bhagavan to be the Sakshat Avatara of Shiva, Arunachala Shiva only. So he requested Bhagavan to give out those Upadesha. So Bhagavan then started. He gave this Upadesa Saram. See, actually he wrote only in Tamil first, Upadesa Undiyar, and then he translated, or he himself composed in Telugu, Malayalam and also in Sanskrit. So it is available in 4 languages actually. It's very rare actually. So these Tarugavana Rishis, they were thinking, karma is everything. I am performing the karmas prescribed in the Vedas, and whatever results I am enjoying. So who is God? Where is God? What is the role of the God in this? They were very arrogant. So, Lord Shiva, in order to teach lesson to these Taragavanatha rishis, out of compassion, he came there and then he taught this. First you read the 3 verses, what we have seen yesterday. She will chant and you all will repeat.
कर्तुराज्ञया प्राप्यते फलम्
कर्तुराज्ञया प्राप्यते फलम्
कर्म किं परं कर्म तज्जडम्
कर्म किं परं कर्म तज्जडम्
कृतिमहो दधौ पतनकारणम्
कृतिमहो दधौ पतनकारणम्
फलमशाश्वतं गतिनिरोधकम्
फलमशाश्वतं गतिनिरोधकम्
ईश्वरार्पितं नेचया कृतम्
ईश्वरार्पितं नेचया कृतम्
चित्तशोधकं मुक्तिसाधकम्
चित्तशोधकं मुक्तिसाधकम्. Here in these 3 verses, Bhagavan gives out the essence of Karma Yoga. Kartuhu ajñaya prapyate phala. According to the command of the Lord, the Creator, the real doer, Kartuhu, prapyate palam. One gains the fruits of one's action. Karma kim param? Can you say karma is everything or karma is supreme? You cannot, because karma is jadam, tad jadam, is inert. So yesterday we saw the meaning. Only when the conscious principle enlivens the body mind and enlivens the doer or the jiva, then the actions are possible and then the fruits of action. Without the conscious principle, everything is inert, insentient, dead. So therefore, that conscious principle is called as God or the real doer, the Kartu. Without his grace, without his blessings, without him, nothing moves here. Nothing happens here. Therefore, Kartuhu Ajñaya Prapyate Phala. Because of his will, because of his grace, everything happens here. Can karma itself give results? It cannot. Because it is jada, karma tad jadam. It is insentient. By itself it cannot give any result. Then, what he says? Kriti mahodadau padana karanam. If you go on performing karma, actions in the world outside, foolishly, without understanding the secret of action, then what happens? That becomes the cause for your downfall. Kriti maha udatau padana karanam. You fall into the great ocean of karma. Meaning what? You perform action, then it creates vasana, and then some more desires, and then some more actions, and then it leaves the vasana inside. Like that's a vicious circle. So you cannot come out of this. Kriti maha udato padana karanam. So these karmas, what we perform now, with the attitude of I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, always hankering after the fruits of action, that becomes a source of all our samsara. Meaning, it keeps us only here. Patana karanam. Patana means what? To fall. Kriti maha udatau means what? In the ocean of karma, you drown because of performing this action in this way, what we are doing now. Phalam ashashvatam. And also the fruit is very impermanent, fleeting. Ashashvatam. Ghati nirodhakam. It cannot give you the highest. Gati means sadgati. Nirodhaka means it will not take you to the highest. Therefore, this karma with an attitude of ego sense, egocentric desires should be given up, shunned. Then, should we not do any karma? Try. You cannot remain without doing any karma. Because We have been created that way. A lot of vasanas, karma vasanas are there. We cannot sit quiet, even for a second. See, 3 months before, I had gone to Tirupati. You know Tirupati, na? Lord Venkateshwara there, Andhra, Tirupati. You know, Tirupati means a long queue. When you enter into this thing, they take away your mobile phones. And they put you in a cage. Have you gone there? Huge cage. There are so many cages like that. They put you in that cage. You have to wait there for, say, you do not know how many hours. Nobody will tell you. It may take 3, 4 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. According to your prarabdha. So I had gone in a dharma darshanam only. I have not paid any money, just dharma darshanam. We had gone. And we have been put in a cage. And I was watching everybody. People were going mad actually. Because the cell phones were taken away. They were not knowing what to do now. They have never lived a life without a cell phone. Either they have gone to sleep or with the cell phone. Now they can't sleep also. And there is no cell phone also. Very restless. Not knowing what to do. How long they can go on chit-chatting? You know? Then I understood it's very hard to remain just chumma without doing anything. They could have taken Lord's name. Yeah. They could have taken Lord's name. But on the buddhi varmatenge, that they are unable to. Only when you have got that habit of taking Lord's name, it will come. So they were not knowing what to do. So once when the cage is opened, they rushed, ran, not to have the darshan, to escape. See? So you cannot remain without acting also in the world outside. But if you act, then you fall into this ocean of karma. Again and again you perform actions that leaves the seed within. Yesterday we saw, no? Vinayin vilaivu vilivutru vittai vinaikadal vilthidu mundi para veedu taral illai. In Tamil, this idea is very specific, very explicit actually. Vittai, he says. The seed it leaves behind. That is called as vasanas. The impressions which pushes you again and again. So, more the vasanas, more the desires, more the thoughts, agitations, more the karma in the world outside. Then you enjoy the fruits, that is happiness or sorrow. But again, once again, the vasana. So this is a vicious circle. How to break this? Then Bhagavad Gita also says, here Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi also says, the third words, Ishwararpitam Nechayakritam Chitta Shodakam Mukti Sadakam. Tell you in these 2 lines, he has condensed the whole of Karma Yoga of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. How should we perform? Ishwararpitam, as the offering unto the Lord. Whatever we perform, everything is offered unto the Lord. Krishnarpanamastu, Brahmarpanamastu, like that. Meaning, you are the real doer, I am just an instrument in your hands. So whatever happens, the good or bad, everything is dedicated unto you. Like that. This is called Ishvara Arpitam. Then what happens? Nothing sticks to us. The punya or papa, the good or bad, will not stick to this jiva. Everything is offered unto you. This is the way we can purify our mind. Ishvara Arpitam. Na ichchaya kritam. Not to fulfill my own personal desires. Na ichchaya kritam. It is for the loka kalyanam, loka kshemam. Like that, if you can perform all your actions as an offering unto the Lord, what happens? Chitta shodhakam. It purifies the mind. Mukti sadhakam. How beautifully written, see? Chitta shodhakam, mukti sadhakam. It takes you to the path of liberation. Mukti. Mukti sadhakam. So the whole of 3rd and 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is condensed into one verse. Like Tiruvalluvar, he condenses everything into 2 lines. Beauty of Tiruvalluvar. Like that here Bhagavan, in his own unique style, very simple, straight approach, he reveals saying that Ishwararpitam na ichchaya kritam. It's very simple to remember, na? See, these words are also very simple. The Sanskrit words are also very simple. Ishvara Arpitam. as an offering unto the Lord. Na ichaya kritam, not for my selfish desires. Not having the eye on the fruits always. Na ichaya kritam. Then that purifies the mind. Purifies the mind means what? Mind is quiet and peaceful and cheerful. See, when we are very anxious about the results, when we are doing with the idea that I, the mind is not quiet. Very anxious. So now the mind is peaceful. Mind settles down. Then you can understand the scriptures. Then you can sit for meditation. Then you can really uplift yourself. Otherwise not. Chitta shodakam. The purification of mind is so essential. Mukti sadakam. That can take you to the highest. This is what we have seen yesterday. Right? The 3 verses on Karma Yoga. Now Bhagavan slowly he starts the Bhakti Yoga. Now today she is going to chant. You repeat. Twice she will chant because that is the Vedic way. So then I will explain, okay? The 4th verse.
Kaya vang manaha karyamuttamam.
Kaya vang manaha karyamuttamam.
Kaya vang manaha karyamuttamam.
Kaya vang manaha karyamuttamam.
Pujanam japaschintanam kramat.
Pujanam japaschintanam kramat.
Pujanam japaschintanam kramat.
Pujanam japaschintanam kramat. How to develop devotion to the Lord? Why should we develop devotion to the Lord? Then only we can really accept the fruits as His prasada. When there is no devotion to the Lord, always there is a question. Why to me, Lord? Why to me? Why to me? We ask. See, when something good happens, we don't ask, why to me? Happily we accept it. Oh, very good. Thank you, Lord. We don't even say thank you. And we feel that we have done it, we have achieved it. But when something goes terribly wrong, then we, oh Lord, why this to me? Why to me? Then the Mahatmas say it all comes. Agamaha, apayinaha, anityaha, tam titikshasva bharata. It comes, it goes also. You have to go through it. We have to accept it. Accept it in your own stride. How to accept it? As a devotee, you should accept it as the will of the Lord. As His prasada. It's very hard. You can talk any amount, but to accept life's experience as His prasada is very difficult. Unless you have strong faith in Him. Saying, I don't know. He is doing everything only for my good. And He will take care of everything. I surrender unto Him. This is the attitude, no? See, we do not know about the past actually. Past means past lives. We do not know about the future also. We know only about the present. So we do not know the reason for whatever is happening here. But He knows. With this faith that whatever experiences He is giving is only to make this jiva matured. Pakvam, paripakvam. So it's fine. I accept it as His prasada. So this is actual devotion. Surrender means what? என்னேனிவற்றை எண்ணுயிரே எண்ணம் எதுவோ அது செய்வாய் கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினைர் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாய். Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi writes. See, Navamani Malai, he writes, என்னேனிவற்றை எண்ணுயிரே. O Lord, I will not care for all these experiences. எண்ணம் எதுவோ அது செய்வாய். Whatever you wish, you do. Anyway, you are going to do whatever you wish only. Like our small children, we tell them, anyway, you don't listen to me. You are going to do whatever you are going to do only. So when you say that, you are peaceful. Ennam eduvo adu seivai. See, in this part of the world, I find parents to be more matured. They say, ennam eduvo adu seivai. Eppadi naan solla pech kekka poradilla. Ennam eduvo adu seivai. So if you can surrender to the Lord, ennam eduvo adu seivai. Whatever you wish, let that happen. But I have only one request for you. Kanne, undan kazhalinayil kaadar perukke tharuvaye. Let the devotion grow to your divine feet. Kazhalinai means the divine feet. Kaadar peruk. Let the devotion grow to your lotus feet, O Lord. So this is the spirit of devotion, spirit of surrender. But what we do? We go to the temple and we offer certain things and say, "Oh Lord, better do what I wish." See, we dictate terms to God. You do better, you do what I wish. But what we should say, ennam eduvo adu seivai. Whatever you wish, let that happen. That is the true surrender. But what we, out of arrogance, we dictate terms to God. Better listen to me. Why should I listen to you? Because I have given you these 100 coconuts. I have given you this, given you that. See? Whose wealth we have given? His own wealth. Tera tere arpana. Tujhko arpana. So, nothing is ours. Out of our arrogance we say, I have offered this to you. Not even offered, I have given Tanga greedam even talila sathirkene. Vaira greedam. Diamond, what is it? Crown. Who asked for the diamond crown? See? So our devotion should be what? Oh Lord, I don't know. I am your little child. Take care of me. I know whatever you do is for my good. Because you are my father, you are my mother, and you are the ocean of compassion. You are compassionate, Lord. If something good happens, it is really for my good. Something bad happens also, is for my good only. See, our Acharya, I studied under Anubhavananji. I am very proud to tell you that. Our Acharya, see, sometimes these youngsters, the Yuva Kendra fellows, they come to Acharya and then they ask him, Swamiji, we are very, very scared of getting married. Nowadays, these boys, they come and tell, these girls are terrible, I don't know. We are spiritual and we do not know what they would be. We are very scared. Acharya used to say coolly, why are you scared? If you get a good girl, it is very good. If you get a terrible girl, it is still good. You will develop dispassion very early. Meaning what? If you get a very good girl, you get very attached. And you take this to be very real. And you start living life like, a samsari only. It is a blessing of the Lord that you get a terrible spouse. Why? Then you wonder, what is this life all about? And you soon develop dispassion towards this world. Oh my God, this is all unreal. Maya mayam itam akhilam buddhva brahma padam tvam pravidam ditva. So this is how it is. So when the Lord gives the bad experiences also, it is not bad actually. It is to reform us and to make us more matured, more evolved, actually speaking. இதுக்கு பேர் மரக்கருணைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க தமிழ்ல. மரக்கருணைனா, it is not a cruelty, it is also compassion only. That is to make you more and more dispassionate towards these unreal things, more and more matured. See, then only you think about life, otherwise you don't think about life. So therefore, the whole thing is to accept every experience as the Lord's prasada. This you can do only when you have got deep faith and devotion to the Lord. See, one who has got devotion to the Lord, he is blessed actually. See, I also grew up in the Chinmaya mission environment only. Gurudev's, this thing only. But later, now I have found, yes, Vedanta helps definitely. Jnana Margam helps. But without bhakti, life becomes so dry. And not only dry, it becomes sometimes horrible. It can go horribly wrong. Because without bhakti, only jnana, it becomes very dry and you become half-baked. See, this is why I really appreciate Guruji, Swami Tejamayanji. He is a great jnani, great intellectual, great bhakta also. Wonderful. And great teacher, great organizer. You can go on. So therefore, what I mean to say, this bhakti is so essential. See, உள்ளம் உருகணும்பா கடவுள் அடையணும்னா சும்மா வாயால பேசி பிரயோஜனமே இல்லை. The heart should melt with devotion to the Lord. Chumma you go on talking, discussing, intellectualizing, how does it matter? It puts your ego up. That's all. So therefore devotion is so essential. See, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he is the greatest jnani, but he is talking about devotion. He has written about Arunachala Stuti Panchakam, hymns on Arunachala, wonderful hymns on Arunachala. It means it is so essential. But how to develop devotion to the Lord? I am so intellectually oriented. If I go in front of the Lord, then so many questions. I have studied Vedanta. Whatever is seen is jada. Whatever is seen is unreal. The seer, he is the truth. So this murta, this form is all unreal. If you go to the temple and you say all these things, why should you go to the temple? So our Acharya says, when you enter the temple, like you remove your chapel, you should remove all your intellection and go as a child and worship the Lord with all pure, sincere heart. See, that is devotion. So this devotion, how to develop? There are certain ways and means to develop devotion. In Bhagavatam, it is given Navavida Bhakti and all those stuff. But according to Bhagavan, three important practices, sadhana, he is giving here, which is very essential to develop devotion to the Lord. That is what is explained in the 4th verse. He says, Kaya Vang Manaha Karya Muttamam Pujanam Japa Chintanam Kramat. See, we perform action through what? Kaya. Kaya means the body. Vang, walk, through speech. Manaha, through mind. Right? So, he says here, with the body, physical body, you can do puja, pujanam, worship of the Lord. Shodashopachara puja is a Vedic way of doing puja. Our Acharya has taught that also. How to worship the Lord. See, as a Vedanti, we say, oh, we don't worship, we don't do all those. We only contemplate. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. And we go on a Bhiksha drive everywhere and eat, sleep. No. Pujanam. So worship of the Lord is also essential. Through the body, through the senses, through the mind, you worship the Lord. Pujanam. Okay. Then japaha. Japam. Japam means what? The repetition of the mantra. That gives single pointedness, one pointedness. Chitta ekagratam it is called as in Sanskrita. Japaha. And chintanam. Chintanam means contemplation or meditation. Kramat uttamam. See, this is how you should read. Serially, one is superior than the other, or the later is superior than the former. What it means? We should start with pujanam, worship of the Lord through puja. That is very auspicious. And then it is not enough. Then you have to chant the name of the Lord or the mantra. Make the mind one-pointed. Japa is very important. And still further, you have to sit and meditate on the Lord or contemplate on the Upanishadic mantras. This is very important. And he says, this japa is superior than the puja. And this dhyana is superior than the japa. Why he says that way? Because more subtler the sadhana becomes, more difficult it is and more effective it is. See, this is what Guruji, I am following Guruji's commentary only, Swami Tejamayji's commentary only. He writes beautifully. He says, when you ride on the three-wheeler cycle, it's easy to ride, na? you will not fall. But if you have to ride a bicycle, you need that balance. But suppose in some circus and all, if you would have seen, only they ride in a single wheel. That is to balance very, very difficult. So in puja, you have been given support. You can see the Lord, you can smell the incense, you can chant the mantras. So many support is given. It is easy actually. So to straight away start with meditation is difficult. The mind will not cooperate. It will not. So puja is very beautiful. Then chanting, stuti, chanting and all. And then the mantra. There, not much of the physical thing. It is only chanting and the mind is involved. One support is taken away in japa. And then in dhyanam, not even chanting, it is just contemplating or it is just focusing our attention. So imagine, more and more subtler it becomes, more and more difficult it becomes. Therefore, we have to start slowly from puja. Puja we should not leave. We should keep it for 15-20 minutes. And then japa. Japa is very important. And then chintanam. Chintana means contemplation or meditation, whatever it is. So when you do japa, the mind gets focused, concentrate. Japa, single pointed it becomes. See, especially among the modern generation, they think japa means what? Only the old grandma should do japa. Those days, now I don't see any grandma doing any japa. They are only watching something or other. I don't know what. So japa means what? Like this, rolling the beads. They feel it's all Parayan Panjangam. So old people will do that. I am very modern, I don't care for all these things. No. Japa, it makes your mind single pointed, focused and concentrated. The mind which is single pointed is very powerful. Today morning in the meditation session we have seen. The mind which is single point is very powerful mind. And because of the mantra, the mind gets purified also. It is uplifted also, from the mundane to the sublime. So japa is so powerful, so effective. In Ramakrishna mission and all, they give initiation. And they initiate the disciples into the mantra, japa. But in our Chinmaya mission and in the Jnana Sadhana, Gurudev believes, I am teaching you Upanishad. All the Upanishad mantras are worthy of contemplation. That you contemplate. That is sadhana, Jnana Sadhana. Right? So, you take some mantra from the Upanishad or whatever rishis have revealed and then repeat again and again, focusing the attention on that mantra. That is japa. Dhyana means when the mind is concentrated, it glides into a different dimension where it becomes sama. It's called samadhi. So it is all a wonderful science. So more and more you meditate, more and more the mind becomes quiet. It's alert and it's quiet. And more it abides in one's own self. More and more bliss you enjoy. So this is meditation. So all these things should be followed step by step. We should not think ourselves to be very intelligent, smart. No, I will start straight away with meditation. Why all these small little things? No. See, we have to graduate slowly. So pujanam, japa and chintanam. So according to Bhagwan, Ramana Maharshi, he gives these three bahiranga sadhana, or the sadhana which you have to perform in the outside world, like pujanam, japa and chintanam, contemplation. So through that, you develop devotion to the Lord. Why? How you develop? When you perform puja, you feel the Lord is there. That is very important in puja. Once what happened, it's a story. A devotee, he was not that devoted or that, that convinced, but still he was doing puja to Ganesha, it seems. Every day he was doing puja and he was praying to the Lord. He was not listening, meaning he was not fulfilling his desires. One day he got so angry to the Lord and he said, "You are not giving me anything." So while he was showing the incense, he put his hand and he closed his nose. It should not go into you. Then the Lord appeared, it seems. He said, "Today only you really thought that I am alive there, I am present there. All these days you were thinking I am a stone and you were mechanically doing it. But today you thought I am a live presence and you thought this incense smell should not go into his nostrils." See, the idea is what, we should think the Lord is seated there. Most of the time we forget. We attend to the phone and then we do puja. Some people are there. Or we talk to some friends and then casually we do. No. We should realize that the Lord is seated there. With that devotion we have to. With mind melting in love and devotion we should do puja. And japa also. It is not to finish off the japa. Some people, they have got this habit. I will do 16 malas. Who asked you to do 16 malas? One mala means 108. So take 2-3 malas and beautifully you do the japa. Some people are there. They are in a rush. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. What? Omniscia. Om Namah Shivaya. Finish. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Finish Om Namah Shivaya. See, I am from a Brahmin sort of background, so I know, I have seen my uncles and others. They sit for doing Sandhya Vandanam. Sandhya Vandanam means what? 108 times you have to do Gayatri. Gayatri is not a small mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, it's not that. It's a long mantra. And I was always so surprised. They finish 108 within 2 minutes. I asked them, how do you do this? Om bu bus, Om bu bus, Om bu bus, 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 bus. Everything gone. Om bu bus, Om bu bus. The whole of Sandhya Vandanam is over within 5 minutes. And Gayatri Japa in 2 minutes. How are you able to do this? Om bu bus, Om bu bus, 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 bus. Then how would you expect Lord to bless you? He would also say bus, bus, bus. See, who asked you to do 108? At least do 18 sincerely, chant properly, with devotion, with attention. That is enough to start with. So whatever we do, quantity is not important, quality is important. The devotion is very important. We are not pleasing anybody, no? So properly we have to do japa. No hurry. Hurry is there, but no hurry. Peacefully you do it with all love, with devotion, with attitude of surrender. When you say Om Namah Shivaya, it means I surrender unto thee, O Lord, Shiva, that auspicious principle. I surrender unto thee. This is the spirit. This is the bhavana. The bhavana is very important in devotion. See, these people don't understand. When they go to worship the Lord, they want to show off their wealth, this, that, all those nonsense. When they do this kind of sadhana, they want to compete with others. I finished 1 lakh, I finished 20 lakhs, I finished 1 crore. So japa and then dhyana is very important. But Swamiji, please don't ask us to do dhyana. We will do anything else but not dhyana. Otherwise also we are okay. When we sit for dhyana, that's all. The thoughts, they go berserk and we go mad. Something happened 20 years back, that comes into the mind. So many things come into the mind. So dhyana is so difficult. And some people, when they sit and close their eyes, they doze off. They can't sit. It's all obstacle to meditation. Slowly we have to learn how to sit properly, how to breathe properly, how to chant with one for attention, and how to go within. See, this is an art and this is a science. So we have to learn from a competent teacher and we should practice diligently. So these are the sadhanas Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi himself is prescribing. And he says japa is superior means what? It's means its effectiveness. And then dhyana. Once when you become a very matured sadhaka, by itself the other things will drop off. See, you need not give it up. By itself it will drop off. You have to grow. But without understanding these things, I have seen many people, they stop only with puja. Fine, puja is fine. But there is something else, something more. The study of scriptures. You should understand. You should gain the vision, what it is. Blindly, if you go on doing something, it will not help you much. So study of scripture is so essential. And then, not only study and understanding, even taming the mind is equally important. That is called as yoga. See, jnana means what? Intellectual understanding, contemplating. Yoga means taming the mind so that it quietens and it focuses attention on itself, on meaning the self or the God, whatever. Jnana and yoga both are important. See, people nowadays, they're very, fashionable. They say, hey, we don't believe in religion. We believe in only spirituality. What is spirituality? Talk, talk, talk. That is spirituality. Religion means what? You sit and do something. That is difficult. That's why they say, I don't believe in religion. Who cares for your belief? If you practice, then you will evolve. If you don't practice anything, chumma go on talking, reading and understanding and intellectualizing, it doesn't help much. You reach a dead end actually. I've seen many sadhakas. They tell, Swamiji, I don't see any progress. As if we have reached a dead end. Why? Why? Because you are not applying yourself properly, sincerely. Mind is not yet purified. Without purification, you are trying to, soar high. How it can happen? Purification is as important as, soaring high. So therefore, these has to be practiced beautifully. Understand? So moving on to the next verse. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, step by step, he takes us into the sadhana. So that is the beauty of Bhagavan. And very simple. See, these Sanskrit words also very, very simple. If you just understand the meaning, it's there. Okay, the next verse.
Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam.
Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam.
Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam.
Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam.
Ashtamurti Deva Pujanam.
Ashtamurti Deva Pujanam.
Ashtamurti Deva Pujanam.
Ashtamurti Deva Pujanam. See, initially what he suggested, we have to start doing puja, pujanam, the worship of the Lord. When we start, we worship the Lord only in that idol, right? We start worshipping. Then he says, you have to graduate yourself slowly. What is the real puja? Pujanam. What is the real puja? And he says, Jagata Ishadihi Yukta Sevanam. That is real pujanam. When you start seeing the Lord only in that one idol, and you start doing the Shodashopachara, puja and all. You offer, you bathe the idol, milk, everything. And then you, vastram, everything you give. And then dhupa, dhipa, naivedhyam, all those things. That is the way to start. But then, how you progress, how you proceed. Jagata Sevanam. You serve the mankind. You serve the world. Jagata Sevanam. You serve the world with true love. That is real worship of the Lord. How to serve? Ishadi Yukta. With the attitude, Dhi means Buddhi. With the attitude that everything is Lord only. Ishadhi Yukta. Or I am serving only the Lord. Even if you serve the people around you, the idea is what? Ishadhi yukta. I am serving only the Lord. Because all these jivas are his samsha or himself. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. It is all covered by Isha. Means what? Everything is the Lord only. That is what is our Vedanta says. Everything is the Lord. So, Jagata Sevanam is real Pujanam. See how he takes us to a different dimension. See, worship is not just offering flowers to the Lord. Go and serve the world. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, let all the wooden and stone gods wait. Now serve the living God, Daridra Narayanan. Not only Atiti Devo Bhava, Daridra Devo Bhava, he revealed. So serving the world, that is real pujanam. The Lord is really pleased when you serve the world. Why? Because let us say, when you go to a stranger's house or somebody's house, let us say, nowadays, when you open the door, the dog, they come pouncing on. And you are so scared of the dogs for some reason. India, you have to be scared of dogs. It's all stray dog, means nothing, no vaccination, nothing. You don't know. But because of that mentality, wherever we see dogs, we are so scared. You understand? But you know what? The host or the people who are living there, they say, onnu kadikadu. You are very scared. See, you know what? When you want to really impress those people, first you have to become very friendly with their dog first. Whether you are scared or not, you should not reveal. You should become him. And then, see, these are all psychology, you know. When you appreciate that children, that stupid child, if you appreciate, if you say, then the parents are so happy. Why? Because it is my own. So, if you serve my child, or if you appreciate my dog, I am so glad, I am so happy. See, you extend this idea, everybody is Lord's children. So if you really serve his children, he is really happy. See, what is the use of just pouring milk on his head? 20 liters, 50 liters, 100 liters. See, it's all madness, I tell you. Okay, see, doing puja, you offer everything, that is fine. But people are mad just to show off their great wealth and other things. 100 liter pal, 100 liters of milk, Abhishek. Why? That person is sitting in the entrance of the temple begging some little money from you. You don't care for him, but you go and do all Abhisheka. Will the Lord care for you? அந்த ஏழைக்கு நீ இறங்காட்டி உனக்கு கடவுள் ஏன் இறங்கணும்? If you don't have that heart to help that fellow who is sitting in the front of the temple, why should Lord help you? See, this is the idea actually. See, our devotion is all, business-like. It's all pure commercial. With a lot of ego sense, arrogance. No, you cannot, cheat God like that. You cannot impress God like that. You come and first serve the beings, then he will be pleased. So, Jagata Sevanam, the service to the mankind, is real puja of God. How you should serve? Ishadhi yukta. It is all the Lord's form only. Whatever comes in front of us is Lord's form only. I am serving the Lord only. So when you serve like that, you will not expect any rewards or recognition. See, this idea if you don't have, the social workers, they get very cheated at the end of the service. Why? Nobody recognizes me. Nobody appreciates. Why should anybody appreciate you? What for you are doing this? You are doing it only as a service to the Lord, offering unto the Lord. Then that is enough. Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam. That is real Sevanam. See? And where is the Lord actually? Ashtamurti Bhrudu Deva Pujanam. Actually, he comes in 8 forms. Ashtamurti. 8 forms he comes in front of you. So, worshipping all the 8 forms, in any of the 8 forms, is the real worship. Not only worshipping him as an idol, but Ashtamurti Bhrudu. What is Ashtamurti? 8 forms of the Lord, Pancha Mahabhutas. The space, the air, the fire, the water, the earth. All these are forms of the Lord only. See, we think God is only in the temple, in the Garbhagriha, in the Moolasthana. So with so much of Shraddha Bhakti, we go there and do puja and all. No, he is everywhere. Meaning, in the Pancha Mahabhutas, he only appears. And Chandra and Surya, Surya and Chandra, the sun and the moon are the forms of the Lord. And the last one is very important. The Jiva, the beings. So, you can worship the Lord in any of these forms. See, that is why I am more comfortable when I go to the beach. When I see the ocean, I am so thrilled. Etavanasya Mahima, you chant. It's all His glory only. Etavanasya Mahima. The Lord only is appearing in this expanse of water. This is the vision. Thikul viralai vaithal nandalala, ninnai teendum inbam thondrudada nandalala. When I touch the fire, I am touching the Lord only. Why? Everything is Lord. See, as Hindus, we offer everything into the fire, Agni. We worship Bhumi, Mata. We worship as Mother Earth. We say, na? Mother Earth, we say. Everything we worship. The rivers we worship. Ganga Maya. See, mountains we worship. Kailasha, Tiruvannamalai, Arunachala. Actually, we worship everything. Hindus are mad. They worship everything. And these children can't understand. What is this? You are worshipping an elephant-faced God. What is this? And a monkey God. How many gods you worship? We worship everything. Bharatiya writes, Malathinai vazhipaduvom. He goes to the extreme. My God, I don't want to translate. So he says, everything you worship. Everything is God. See, everything is nothing but Pancha Mahabhutas only, no? The 5 elements. He says that is the form of God. How he expands our vision. And he says Surya and Chandra, the sun. See, Pratyaksha Brahman. He is there shining. He is Pratyaksha means you can see him. And the moon also. In the night, so beautiful. See, the full moon day is so beautiful. And above all, Jiva, the beings, they are very auspicious. Because all the Jiva is God only. Potentially divine. See, this is the vision of our Sanatana Dharma. The Lord is not only in one form, He is in all forms. So, serving the Lord in all forms is serving Him. It is not just worshipping Him in one form, in one idol. And you start fighting also. Who is powerful? Shiva or Narayana? Hare Rama. Rama or Krishna? Hare Krishna. No, only Krishna is the superior God. All the other gods are useless. Hindus, they talk like this. I don't know. And they go on fighting. It's all childish, you know. You don't understand anything about God. That's why you fight petty fights. Who is superior? Who is the powerful God? There cannot be two gods. How can he be? If he is infinite, how can you consider God to be one or two or three? If there is other, it is limited. Then it is not infinite. See, please understand, there cannot be other. There can be only one. If you consider there is something else, then your God is limited by that other. Then he is not infinite. He becomes finite. Finite is perishable. Your God will die one day. Oh, yes. Your God will die with you. With your stupidity, your God will die. So therefore, please don't have this funny idea. My God, your God, this God, that God. Everything is God. Come on. Why only few gods? Everything is God. Ashtamurti Bhrudu Deva Pujanam. Meaning, see, this is what? If you go to that lakeside, today evening we had gone for a walk. Beautiful. And the birds were chirping and flying. The ducklings, they were just swimming. And breeze. It's all God only. Pratibodha Viditam Madam. In every experience, you experience only God. This is the truth. Whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you feel, whatever you touch, everything is God and nothing but God. That is the truth. Sarvam Brahmamayam Re. Sarvam Brahmamayam. Sadashiva Brahmendra, he has written this, no? Everything is Brahman only. So therefore, seeing God in everything and worshipping Him means what? Serving the beings. That is the real pujanam. My God, how beautiful it is. So Bhagavan, first he said, devotion to the Lord means puja, japa and dhyana. Japa is superior to puja and dhyanam is still superior. And even in pujanam, if you start doing puja only to the idol, okay, you want LKG, UKG, fine. But then you have to grow. See, unfortunately, in our Sanatana Dharma, in Hinduism, we are not taught properly. See, at least after Gurudev and all coming, Bal Vihars and Yuva Kendra, something is taught. And children understand something. If not, nothing is taught. See, yes, in Sai Baba's, means Satya Sai's mission also there is Bala, what they call it? Bala Vikas and all. And Ramakrishna mission, they have got certain things. See, if not for these spiritual institutions, in temples nothing is taught. You know, and majority of people only go to the temple. Not for these institutions, only few people go there. And in the school, it is all banned. No teaching of any religion. You are secular. In India, everything is gone. So nobody teaches our own religion. And what the parents know, they know only this much. You go to the God and pray, God will bless you. What nonsense. They don't know anything else. You ask for this, you ask for that. So you go on begging. That's called as prayer. That is worship of God. You give him this, he will give you that. Hare Rama. See, our Hindu scriptures are wonderful. Lord is not only there, Lord is everywhere in Ashtamurti. You have to worship him in eightfold forms. And what are the eightfold forms? The Pancha Mahabhutas. Everything is included. Then if you have any doubt, Pratyaksha Brahma, the sun is there, the moon is there. And then the Jiva. Tat Tvamasi, you are the God. Means the Lord is residing in the heart. Similarly, he is residing in everybody's heart. If you can see that and if you can worship him truly, that is real pujanam. See? If you don't serve with devotion the beings around you, howsoever you say you are a devotee of God, it's all humbug, it's all false. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karunaye vacha nirmamo nirahankaraha. See? Samadukka sukha kshami. Right? In 12th chapter. the true lakshana of a devotee means what? Adveshta sarva bhutanam. He is not against or he doesn't hate anybody, any being. In fact, Maitra Karuna Eva, he is friendly and compassionate to all beings. So this is real spirituality. This is real devotion. And you say, I love God, and then I destroy everything else and eat. Is this spirituality? I kill everything else. Only God is in that form. Other things I can kill. No. So, to see the Lord in all beings and serve with true love. That is the way to grow within, If the heart is so small, how can you grow? Selfish, You have to grow means what? You should see the same Lord everywhere. You have to grow within. The vision should expand. See, in our Hindu Sanatana Dharma, there are beautiful ways to expand our vision. When we see a monkey, we say Anjaneya, Hanuman. When we see a peacock, Subramanya, Lord Subramanya, Kartikeya, we say. See how nice it is. Even when you see a dog, Bhairava, Lord Bhairava, we say. We associate with their vahanas and all, and we say, oh Lord. We worship Gomata, cow, we worship, and I don't know, the whole world is, against it. Why should you worship a cow? Hare Rama, it gives milk, it gives everything. And not only that, please understand one thing. See, recently somebody told me this, I was so impressed. Why cow is so much worshipped in Hindu religion? In Hindu religion, we believe in Yaga Yajna. Why? When you propitiate the Devas, they are very pleased and they bless you through rain, through all the other things. Parasparam Bhavayanta. In Bhagavad Gita it comes Parasparam Bhavayanta. You propitiate the natural forces, that is called as Devas. And they bless you in turn with all the auspicious things like rain, like heat, everything. So to propitiate them, we propitiate through Yaga Yajnas. So we believe the Agni, he carries all the ahutis to those Lord, to those Devatas. This is what we believe. See, now we understand so much and we appreciate. But in future, maybe they may appreciate this through more understanding. We don't know. So, to propitiate Devas, we perform Yaga Yajna. And then Ahuti is given. What is given as Ahuti? Pure ghee is given as Ahuti. See, it is said in our scriptures, Vedas, the ghee should be given as Ahuti. Where from the ghee comes? From the cow. So, the heart of Yaga Yajna is ghee. And the ghee comes from the cow. So, imagine, it's not only giving milk, just that is one thing. That is very nourishing. That is one thing. But the whole Hinduism or our faith, it revolves around Yaga Yajna. Propitiating gods through your Yaga Yajna. Why to propitiate? Because they also are pleased and they also will bless you. For that, the heart is to offer. Ahuti means offerings. And what is the prominent Ahuti? Is the ghee. What is ghee? It is from the milk. Where is from the milk? From the cow. See? Adu pasu nahi dhaan kudukanumanga. Not the buffalo, this thing. I don't know whether it will come also. I don't know. The ghee varuman theriyadu. So therefore, cow is very important. So like that, we worship everything. See, once I was in Sri Lanka, I had gone to this estate, the tea estates. There, poor people, means they don't know much. They're not much aware of even religion or God or anything. Once when I had gone to a temple, Hanuman temple, which our Chinmaya Mission has built, beautiful temple. Near that, there was an estate. One poor, means a very lay person, he approached me, asked me, Swamiji, can you come and do a simple puja in our estate? I said, okay. And Pawamanch said, okay, I will come. So he took me to his estate. And then he said, then I said, what sort of puja I should do? What is your deity? And you know what he told me? Very surprising. He showed me a tree. I thought, oh, I should worship this tree. He said, no. This bhumi, which is under this tree, this is our deity. I said, what? What is the deity? What should I? He said, no, this is the deity. Then what sort of mantra you should chant? I don't know. I was not knowing actually. He said, no, this is the deity. This is what we have been traditionally worshipping. This bhumi, you know, this part of the small piece of the land under this tree, this is our deity. Now you have to do puja for this. Then what to do? I considered her as Mahalakshmi, Bhumata, Mahalakshmi, and do Mahalakshmi puja. Meaning, we can worship anything. We are mad people actually. We have to agree. Not we are mad. We know everything is God. Our vision is so wonderful. Ashtamurti Bradu Deva Pujanam. See where he has taken our thought. See. So this is real worship. So if you forget about the beings around you, if you don't care for anybody, if you want only to propitiate God and please Him, sorry, He will not be pleased. That devotion, when you consider Him as only as a limited being, only an idol, and if you don't care for any other being, it is not at all a devotion. It is only worshipping of our own ego. Why? Why we pray to Him? Because He may bless me with something. There, God is not important. I am important. So actually, we use God as a pickle to enjoy life. We are not really serious about God. We use God as a pickle. Pickle right சாப்பிட நல்லா இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி we want to enjoy this world and we use God as pickle. If there is a God who will not give you anything, you will not go to Him. Is that not so? So who is important? God is important, you are important. I am only important. I am not worshipping God, I am worshipping my own ego. So only when you expand, when you consider all the beings to be the Lord, then you really worship Him actually. So this is the idea. And in that also, if you say, my God, your God, I don't want to use a bad word. Oh, blackguard. There is nothing like you God, me God, His God, my God. It's all stupid thinking. See, it's all very childish thinking, I tell you. Very childish thinking. And we fight infinitely, we fight. Oh my God, we fight and we have lost so much of lives because of this fight. Who is superior? God. So therefore, seeing God in everything is our Sanatana Dharma. Worshipping the Lord through every being is real pujanam. Okay, now pujanam is explained. Now he goes slowly to japa. How japa should be performed. And then he goes to dhyana. See, so beautifully he takes. Bhagavan takes it beautifully. What is pujanam? He has explained it. Now, how japa should be performed. And from japa, how you graduate yourself to dhyanam. And dhyanam also, how to do dhyanam. He is going to explain everything today. Today or tomorrow, we will see. So dhyanam, where it takes you, everything he is going to say. Now, 6th verse.
Uttamastavaducchamandatah
Uttamastavaducchamandatah
Uttamastavaducchamandatah Chittajam japa dhyanamuttamam Chittajam japa dhyanamuttamam Chittajam japa dhyanamuttamam Chittajam japa dhyanamuttamam.
Stava. Stavanam means stuti, to praise the Lord. meaning through hymns, through chanting. See, in Bhagavatam it is said, that is the most beautiful way of worshipping the Lord. Stavanam, stuti, sankirtanam, nama sankirtanam. You take the name of the Lord, Lord's name, and you go on chanting. It's so wonderful. Stavanam. And here he says, Bhagavan Ramana says, more than that, Uttama. Uttama means more than that. Ucha japa is wonderful. See, Stavana means only you chant and you sing the glories of the Lord. That is beautiful. And then further, if you want to really graduate yourself into a serious sadhana, japa is very important. Why? Even in that Stavanam, there are so many thoughts, but it is all about God. That is auspicious. You understand? It is not about anything else. All about the Lord. So it is auspicious. But there are different ideas expressed. No? Then if you go to japa, taking the one mantra of the Lord or one nama of the Lord and chanting it again and again, keeping the mind on that mantra. So it becomes more subtler now, japa, than the stavanam. Japa is more subtler. And the mind becomes one-pointed. Why? Same mantra or the same form of the Lord you are taking and trying to keep the mind on that. So there also he says, Ucha means you should start chanting the mantra loudly. Om Namah Shivaya. Like that you should start chanting loudly. Why? When you start chanting very manda means within yourself, you feel very sleepy. Already we are sleepy only. Tamasic. We are sick, that is why tamasic. Sick, that is why we are rajasic. So, when we are very tamasic, we feel sleepy. When we try to tame the mind or make it one-pointed, the mind is bored. It is not used to such things, What is this taking the same name again and again? How long? How many times? What is the use of all this? I want to see something in the YouTube. I want to hear something to stimulate my my thoughts. But more than that, making the mind one-pointed is so wonderful, it's so powerful. So, first you should start Ucha. Ucha means what? Loudly. And superior to that is Manda. Means, after some time when you gain that expertise, then you have to what? Mandataha means within yourself. Softly you have to chant the mantra. See, adhikaha you should not disturb your neighborhood, Early morning, see in our ashram sometimes the spiritual camps happen. In one room we accommodate 2-3 people. Among them one will be very super, religious, spiritual. And the other will be power, now only beginning. That fellow gets up at 4:30 in the morning, the super religious person. And nowadays they learn so much of kriyas and other things. They just, sometimes it's very scary when you are sleeping, when you hear something like that, you get so scared. And they chant. And it goes to the next room, next room. They're all sleeping comfortably. At 3:30, why should you loudly chant? No, it is ashram only, na Swamiji. I am only chanting the Lord's name. But you should not do this. You go away somewhere and then you chant. If you are in the room, chant softly. Power. Please spare others. Let them sleep peacefully. You are unable to sleep. That is why you are now shouting. La. So, we should not unnecessarily disturb others. To chant softly is good. But initially it is very challenging because you feel sleepy. So you have to go away somewhere and chant loudly. But when you are with the people, you have to chant softly only. And when it becomes really very matured, it becomes what? Chitta Jam Japa. Meaning mental. Mental means within yourself you start chanting. That is uttamam, still better. It becomes more and more subtle now. See, this is the idea. Stavanam means singing the glories of the Lord. That is wonderful. But Uttama means still better is doing the japa of the Lord. Why? You are making the mind one point. To start with, always you have to start loudly, ucha, and then mandataha. Then slowly you have to make it very soft, and then it becomes chittajam japa. Chittajam means what? Only in your mind you have to repeat the name or the mantra. And then you know what happens? When you go on chanting within yourself, the mind sometimes goes into a different dimension. That is called as dhyanam. Dhyanam is not an action, it is a state. That's what they say. The mind goes into a state where it is so peaceful and still. So this japa, when it is chittajam means when it becomes mental, meaning what? Within your mind, when it goes on and on and on, slowly it subsides and it takes you into a different dimension where there is nothing, where there is only peace. And the mind is totally still. And not only that, there is no differentiation between the meditator and meditated upon, the seer and the seen. The duality perishes, it just evaporates, and into the non-dual state you enter in. That is called as meditation or samadhi. So this leads, this chitta jam japa. Jam means which arises in the mind. Ajam, born, to be born. So jam, chitta jam japa. So that is which is done in the mind, slowly it becomes dhyanam. So this is how we have to graduate ourselves, evolve. So we start with pujanam. And pujanam also, you go out into the world and serve. That is the real pujanam. Serve the beings. That is the way you can really propitiate God actually. Higher way of propitiating God. And not only in other beings, Lord is also in this heart also. You know, Ramakrishna, when he was worshipping Lord as Kali, sometimes he goes out to pluck flowers, it seems. And then he stands like that, stunned. Why? He could see Ambal, Kali has everything. And already the flowers are there in her head only. That is the vision. And after some time, he used to offer flower to himself. People thought he is really mad. Why is he doing this? Because he could see himself also to be Kali only, not other than Kali. See, this is how you have to. See? Once there was a great devotee, a foreigner. His name was also Krishna Premi. He visited Bhagavan's ashram, it seems, Ramana ashram, when Bhagavan was living. A great devotee of Krishna, Krishna's devotee. So while he was walking with Bhagavan, they were going for a walk actually. That Krishna Premi, he expressed to Bhagavan how wonderful it is. Everything is Lord Krishna, na? He said. Everything is Krishna, na? How beautiful it is. Bhagavan said, true, it is very true. But don't forget, you are also Krishna. Meaning what? That same Krishna is in your heart also. So your Swarupam also is Krishna's Swarupam only. So this is what we should understand. If you think everything is God and I am a sinner, I am a papi, then you are gone. That is not the way to understand. Even I am truly God only. Everything is God and I am also God. God means not with this body mind. Transcending this body mind, I am also the same divine principle only. So this is what is the vision actually. Okay. And then japa means you should start loudly. And then it should become slowly mandataha, soft, and then chittajam. But when you try this, you will find the biggest shatru, enemy is sleep. That is why our masters have given this bead, this mala. Because when you are, moving this bead like this, if you sleep, automatically the fingers will stop. Then you will know what am I doing. But there are some experts who can sleep also and roll the bead also. I don't know how they gain that expertise. But generally what happens, so now you are aware, oh, I am sleeping. So you wake up. See, that is why the mala is given. That rosary bead is given only to keep you awake and also to count. Some people are very happy when they can say, I have done this today. I have achieved this. I have done this. Not one or two mala. You are all useless. I do 15, 20 malas every day. And you watch those people, they go on doing everything and doing this mala japa also. That is not right actually. See, japa, if you are doing properly, you have to focus your mind on the mantra. சும்மா பராக்க பார்த்து எல்லாம் செஞ்சுட்டு கை முடி செஞ்சுட்டே இருக்கு. So therefore, then it becomes mental. When it becomes mental, it takes the mind slowly into that dimension where there is no other. Meaning, the seer and the seen, differentiation goes. The meditator and the meditated upon, that difference vanishes. And then you glide into that where there is no Vedam, Abhedam. So that is Samadhi. That is the peak of meditation. So through this you can go. And here also, how you have to really meditate. Bhagavan is going to give 2-3 hints. These are very important hints. How to meditate. Tomorrow we are going to see how to meditate. See, japa is fine. We know, chanting the Lord's name or the mantra again and again, focusing your mind. So from there, if you have to reach that samadhi state, that state of samadhi, there are 2-3 important things which we have to keep in our mind. Very important things. Without which we cannot progress. So those things he is going to reveal in the next 2-3 verses. And then slowly he will take to the peak of the sadhana, that is abiding in oneself. So he brings all these under Bhakti Yoga. And then he handles Raja Yoga separately, that is Ashtanga Yoga. And then comes Atma Vicharam. And then comes the Brahma Atma Ikya Bodha. He is going to reveal that also. See, that is the highest Tattvamasi. That is going to reveal. All these things we are going to see in all these classes. Right? So we'll stop here and tomorrow we will see. Morning also we have got meditation sessions. Morning 6:30 to 7:30 we have some meditation session here. Whoever can come can come. And it's followed with a small Guru Padaka Puja. Every day we are doing Guru Padaka Puja also. That is what is the morning program. Evening 7 to 8:30 we have this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari